Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is August 1st, 2021. Howard's back from Italy.
Wait, do people know I was there? Or you just you letting that? I don't remember. I was
Everyone
drunk,
knows
so I don't remember. If
Everyone
people...
knows you are there. Yeah.
Hello, fan. How are you today in Cleveland? So what's up, Ivan? I told people to take a vacation. I think most people did, except the crypto people came back early.
Oh yeah, a lot of volatility back in crypto, right? A lot of rumors that are moving the markets. Remember last Sunday, supposedly legitimate media leaked the news that Amazon will be accepting Bitcoin, which basically caused a quick short squeeze, like a $10,000 short squeeze in Bitcoin. And then the next day,
Well, there's just not a lot of supply. There's a lot of derivatives, so when the selling hits, you know, it hits. But there's just not a lot of liquidity. So you know, you can spike this thing. There's not a lot to go around. All right, let's bring up the markets, catch everybody up.
Yeah. So the indices, the main indices, the Qs, the SPYs, the small caps are basically in a range bound mode in a way. All the big tech already reported earnings, but we kind of knew the expectations are very high since all of them, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, went up about 10% ahead of their earnings. So we knew expectations are high. So it's kind of normal for them to go sideways and even pull back a little bit after the earnings, kind of sell the news event. So nothing new, record earnings for all of them. The question is how much of that is already priced in. And
yeah, it really hurt some of the e-commerce. Shopify got hit, eBay got hit.
I mean, I wouldn't say got hit, just, you know, pullback. I mean, companies, like if you want to look at companies that got hit, like Pinterest, you know, got a pretty sizable
yeah. My problem with Pinterest is I think they carved out half the population is not theirs, but just being for women. So
if you look at the longer term chart, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Consolidating.
A hell of a run. Probably
some big declines, big drops in momentum biotech stocks. For example, this one, Cassava, like in 2 days, like down what 50%. And what
about wow?
The other one was let me choose. Yeah, look at this one.
Oh,
one of the top names year to date that went from 20 to what 130, like in 2 days, down 75%. So some big drops in momentum biotech stocks. That kind of are even harsher than what's going on in China. Chinese internet stocks, we all know, under heavy pressure.
Yeah.
Interestingly, other sectors in China are not doing that bad. For example, Chinese electric vehicle makers. They're actually looking good. They're perking up. Here's Ally. Here's so maybe the Chinese government is not going to touch them. At least that's what the market is saying. XP, EV, building a base. Obviously, it's China, so there's higher risk involved. NIO. Tesla's also doing well, setting up. Probably all of those.
It's a quiet summer, man. Like the FANG breakout are hit. Facebook's held its game. Netflix back in its base. Apple just can't break out. I mean, I'm living on this. I didn't on my vacation, but I was living on. I'm so happy to be back on my new Mac laptop. It's so fast. It's just the best machine I've ever had. It's supposed to be. It's 2021, and Apple does this, but like, I haven't had a machine that is this. This is the best machine I've ever used. So
interesting.
Even though it's just for the internet.
Who's your internet provider?
Here, well, we have a great kind of the system in the house that kind of pushes the signal around, but the internet is crappy, Time Warner, but the way we position all the stuff in the house, it's pretty fast. But I'm saying the screen and the Zoom experience and the camera and the voice, I've had and it's just the speed of which I can keep so many tabs open and work, and it doesn't slow down. The machine is amazing. So Apple's holding their almost $3 trillion. I thought that was interesting on the software side. I've missed this trend because it's more B2B, but Atlassian had a huge breakout team.
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively.
That's a big breakout of a stock that was like at $2-3. I mean, that company Jira. I mean, their software products just
one of the few software stocks that did well last week because a lot of others actually broke down. So it's a
no, it's not. You can't just buy anything like you could for a year and a half. What was the other side? I mean, Snowflake looks like it's breaking out. I read great things about their net revenue retention.
Yeah, setting up.
Okay. Yeah, Datadog maybe setting up again. I own a little of that, and I'm buy some of these when they're weak and not so much on the breakouts. So you're right, software. It's just mixed out there. I'm trying to think. What did Moderna hold its run?
Yeah, the vaccine stocks are holding near all-time highs, both of them, Moderna and BioNTech, obviously with the recent increase.
And then AMD broke out, so the semis must be doing well.
Yeah, the semis basically the main tech sector is looking the best right now. SMH, and which is the whole sector.
Listen, there's still the big as Netflix gets into gaming and in gaming and the multiverse and AR, semiconductor index just less cyclical. I mean, it's cyclical internally, but if you own the index, it's much less cyclical than it's ever been.
You can just own the ETFs, the SOX sector, SMH.
The medical instrument sector continues to be really strong, IHI.
Yes, very interesting setups in the sector. Big breakout in DXCM on Friday.
Wow. Yeah, this is a diabetes company. Wow.
Right. What else? iSurgical is doing well. MTD. Like if you go through the entire sector, most of them are
yeah, you can use Koifin and just take apart each ETF. Yeah, Medtronic looks good. I mean, go look at a monthly on Medtronic. I mean, it's stuff like it should be in it. That's why I own IHI in my 8 to 80. It's just I can't pick the actual stocks, but like medical instruments is still just almost, other than in crashes, it's just
1000% since 2009.
Just it's people want to live, so robots are getting better, and what are better use for them than in the medical space? Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else I noticed. I think the biggest thing continues to be decentralization and crypto on the venture side, like with DAOs and NFTs and more use cases and but there's no clear trend, right? The long-term trend is still up, but like there's a vicious pullback in the crypto. And then on breakouts, what are you seeing for swing? Like, what are you seeing?
I mean, semiconductor is currently the strongest looking sector. They're reporting good earnings, especially semiconductor equipment stocks.
Yeah, the technicians are talking about the home builder. I've looked at Toll Brother. I mean, I'm not interested in home builders, but Toll.
Yeah, I'll mention them as well. So KLAC. Out. So I'm thinking that the other semiconductor equipment stocks might also do well, like LRCX and AMAT, like a sympathy play. But these interesting setups in the semi space. Home builders, they're building a base. Definitely had a breakout on Thursday, so a little bit of rotation. Since the big talk right now is the new infrastructure bill, and a lot of the metal stocks, like steel especially, have been running in expectations of it. They're building bases like the United States, the COF. They're looking like momentum stocks, those commodity metal stocks, FCX, all of them, like copper, aluminum, steel, have been building bases. And in the same time, the market is still worried a little bit about the resurgence of that new Delta variant, because if you look at the airlines and
I'll tell you what, Ivan, I mean, just to interrupt, but I don't have global relay, not because I don't travel that much internationally, and obviously I haven't done that in almost 18 months. So getting to Europe, not a problem. Like, I had to do the test couple days before. It's a fucking shit show, and you can have them faked. I had friends that like sent me fake versions of it, like, and the whole system got by going through United. It was a shit show, but they were pretty serious when I got to Germany. Like, luckily, I filled out the forms properly and did the test. But I landed in Italy, and it was like nobody checking anybody. Just some guy running around with a thermometer. Coming back yesterday, oh my God, through Chicago, the basement in Chicago getting into the country, it was almost 3-hour wait. And I'm an idiot because I don't have global relay, and it was a hotspot like I've never. I mean, I'll give credit to Americans. Every single person in Chicago, maybe one out of thousands that I saw in line, had their mask on, and it was hot and crowded, and it was a well-behaved, including myself. It was just like, hey, you wanted to travel, you got to put up with this shit. But oh my God, it's a reminder how poorly run the airports are. You know, it's a freedom for sure, but like, there is no way I'm heading back without global relay in a post-COVID world. You have to be nuts to travel internationally. Coming back to the States, what I'm saying. And we probably put 1,000 people to work in that Chicago airport. So I don't know. Obviously, people don't want these jobs, or our government just doesn't want to do them. But like, hey, man, if they want the economy open, fix the goddamn borders and get people in and out of the country. You can't have it both ways. So I don't know what's going on there. And that would explain why Jets is down, because it was the most horrific experience getting back into the country. Yeah. And like I said, Italy was empty. I mean, and I'm not saying it like Soho was empty. Like, it's anecdotal because it's my eyes. But every restaurant I went to was locals only. I didn't see foreigners. And Florence was empty. Like, I could do all the tourist stuff that I wanted to do with no lineup. And
maybe it's
you're flipping through restaurants here, huh?
Yeah, I was just checking. Since I mentioned airlines, I wanted to see what's going on with.
I think if we're going to get a next leg up, it's going to have to be. We're not reopening at any level. Like, we've reopened as well as we're going to reopen. It can only get worse the way we're running it, and the way America is just still stuck, split. The infrastructure bill getting passed, even though it's not perfect, is a good sign. Not because of the money or how they're going to spend it, just because both sides could fucking sign off on something. You know what I mean? And then, solar, no man's land.
Yeah, basically.
But the infrastructure bill is a good sign, just politically, that they get something done.
Yeah, eventually. They were talking about, charging stations.
Yeah, that should have been done. But then again, I don't care. I don't have an electric car.
It's Blink and ChargePoint, but as you can see, their charts are not looking that hot. I mean, maybe.
Huh?
Not what was ChargePoint? I forgot.
Yeah. In security software, where is the hack index? I like that one.
Well,
I like that one on a breakout. I'm trying to think what else. So I think if we're going to get another run in the fall, it's going to come from crypto and from software, just because of margins and just because that's still in a shutdown where the money is. So, all these, Amazon biding time and is good. Like, they're not going down. They're just sticking in ranges here. And like I said, my Apple computer, the products get better and better. All right, buddy, have a great week. It's good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. All right.
Yeah, everybody.
Bye.